This is exhilarating. Get excited.
Back again, baby, back again.
And what a movie we are coming back to. My
God
goodness.
bless, dude,
So this movie has been tarred, feathered, torched, like
Stoned.
every which way. Yeah, stoned.
Hung.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's see.
Death
What was
by
it? What was it?
1,000
What?
cuts.
Okay. Not Gozer, but Vigo the Carpathian Torturers. He was... Okay. Let's see, what was it? He was shot, stabbed. There he is. Okay, so...
This guy looks like a Witcher character.
Oh yeah, he is. Here we are. He was poisoned, shot, stabbed, hung, stretched, disemboweled, drawn, and quartered.
Wow.
Yeah.
Disemboweled.
Yes.
Damn, stretched. What the hell?
Vigo's dying words, spoken after his head was severed from his body. Yeah, basically after his head was cut off, his head said, "Death is but a door, time is but a window, I'll be back."
His head said that?
Yes. This is from Ghostbusters 2.
Oh, shit.
He was also known as Vigo the Cruel, Vigo the Tortured, Vigo the Despised, and Vigo the Unholy. Wasn't he also referred to as Vigo the Butch? That's Bankman being an asshole, because why not?
Yeah, I mean, why not at this point, right?
Died at 105 years old in 1610. Damn. Hung around there a long time.
What
didn't
is
he?
quartered?
Drawn and quartered? Basically, a horse tied to each limb, and they're basically all go different directions.
Hell no.
Yeah, it gets bad.
When do you die and all that?
I mean, it takes a lot. It takes a lot to do that.
God bless.
I know.
That's on another. Ugh.
Yeah.
Well,
and
back to Snow White, right?
Yeah, and to think about things I would rather have done to me than watch Snow White 2025. There we go. Tie it back in
There
somehow.
we go.
So thankfully, Doug is gonna go through this with us, and he is going to be our guide down this river of shit known as Snow White 2025.
But is it really just Snow White? It's Disney, isn't it?
Yeah, Disney.
This is just a portion of what we're going through as a whole.
Tell me about it. So, the diagnosis of Disney. Trying to please everybody, winding up pleasing nobody.
No one. No one.
Trying to preach to us about how they know better than us. Turns out they don't know better than us. Plans to make billions upon billions of dollars. Loses billions upon billions of dollars.
Dude, it's sick.
It's literally like... It's like the handbook of shit to do that will guaranteed ruin your career.
Oh, easily.
Yeah. And
you saw that Variety post? They need boys back.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that?
My gosh.
I was like, just slap my head, dude. It's like, we've been trying to tell y'all.
It's like, are we doing the wrong thing? It's like,
No shit.
no. Whatever gave you that idea? It's like, you don't appeal to, like, the people who are, like, your most popular moviegoers. You don't, instead, you say that you're appealing to the future audience. What future audience?
That's what I'm saying. They appeal to people that don't even watch movies.
Yeah.
I can tell.
Not only that, like, actually, one of the funniest ones for me was there was a guy complaining about the Overwatch. The game came out several years ago, and there was a pose that a character did, Tracer, where basically she had her butt facing the camera and she was like looking back and was like throwing up a peace sign.
Okay.
this dude goes on there and complains. He complains about it. He's like, I have a little girl, and I don't want my little girl to see that, and think that. And then I'm like, my dude, just explain to her it's a fictional character. It's not real. And then dig this. You know what happened? They took it out of the game, and they later did research, and they found out. Turns out that guy never owned the video game.
And that's the problem.
Why would you listen to people who don't buy your stuff?
Just want to complain.
Yeah, and look, this is the thing that I don't think these talking heads at Disney understand this. You can have, like, 10,000 people can like a post that says, oh, this is just modern, this is trash. This is trash that, we aren't going to dedicate our time to. It's just like when people got mad at the whole Samurai Jack thing after Jack and Ashi kissed. It's like, did I approve of the decision? No. I didn't personally like it, but at the same time, it was Gennady Tartakovsky's story to tell. Yeah. But there were all these people on Tumblr basically saying, well, I guarantee you the numbers are really going to go down. And it was like tens of thousands of them on there, just like chattering and chirping and chirping. And guess what happened with the numbers of Samurai Jack the next week? They went up.
Skyrocket.
They went up. They didn't go down. They went up. and that's what gets me, man. It's like they're like these companies put stock in people who are chronically online and don't buy anything.
And that's what really, I guess, for me, that's the real frustrating part. Like, we've been undermined to where we've hired this society that just hates what they create, or really don't create, just corrupt. But
they corrupt, and then they try to tear it down because they think, oh, I can rebuild it better. It's like that stupid woman that fucked up the Witcher series and made Henry Cavill quit.
Kathleen Kennedy over there at Star Wars.
Oh my gosh!
Like, come on.
It's like, dude, and you know what? She actually said, she's like, I will tell the lore, and it'll be better than what the original writer ever intended. And it came out, and it's the worst rated thing Netflix has ever put out.
Bro, Star Wars was the pinnacle of entertainment.
It was
right up there, like,
dude.
Marvel. And
anytime you would hear about a new Star Wars movie coming, what?
Yeah,
it's like it blew your mind. Now, what do we got?
I don't even care anymore.
It's like a live action movie remake, a live action remake of like a cherished movie. It's like when they did it first with Cinderella. It's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And then they did it with The Jungle Book. They did it with Beauty and the Beast. They did The Lion King. All of them made money. Some diminishing returns in terms of like, was this really necessary?
Fair enough.
But
it wasn't a total loss.
No, it wasn't a total loss. This
is a total loss.
Okay.
This is going full retard.
That's one way of putting it. So Snow White, let's look at here. 2025 film. But a budget of $270 million. Yeah. Multiply that by two. That's with the advertising budget.
Wow.
And it made just over $200 million.
We made a Killer Godzilla movie, a kaiju movie for $15 million.
Yes.
And we can't make Snow White.
Yes. Godzilla minus one. Look at this. Godzilla minus one. There it is. Godzilla minus one, made for $10 to $15 million, makes over $100 million.
Come on, man.
Dude.
Great movie.
Great, like, talented filmmakers deserve to get recognized.
That's right, man. And deserve to get hired. I think that's another problem, too. We're not hiring the right people.
No, it's because these studio execs don't want artists who are going to tell new stories and are going to tell, like, things that are interesting. They want yes men and, like, people who nod their heads to all their decision making. They don't want you to, like, be an artist who's going to put your vision out there that you want to do. They want you to nod your head and spend their money the way that they want you to, instead of letting you make the art that you want to make. And look, I understand like some artists like have done bad work. I get that, but at the same time, that's the risk of filmmaking.
You gotta allow creative freedom, to get the hits and the misses.
That's how you find out who's worth it.
Right.
And then if you encounter prima donnas and stuff like that, it's like that's like I look at Chad Stahelski. Chad Stahelski is one of the most humble dudes, like the dude who directed the John Wick films. He did the first 4 John Wick films, and then he was like, you know what? I want to do a Highlander series.
Hell yeah.
And I'm like, awesome.
Yeah.
and they were talking about who you're going to cast. Henry freaking Cavill. I'm like, you could not have done any better.
That's perfect.
Yes. In my opinion, that is perfect.
Yeah, that's a perfect cast.
But either way, let's go ahead and hop into this before we get too far off the rails.
Yeah, we got 30 minutes.
Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry about that, Ed. But anyway, let's get into it. Here we go.
Boom.
This episode brought to you by Prize Picks. Run your game. Come check us out at Cleveland Gaming Classic, September 19th through the 21st in Cleveland, Ohio. Hope to see you there.
Don't worry, Princess Islandway. I'll rescue you.
I don't need rescuing. I can save myself. Not that a woman needs physical strength to be powerful.
Or a man.
Right, and there's nothing wrong if I want to be with a man.
Or woman.
Exactly.
I'm glad we cleared this all up before continuing our quest.
Indeed.
What was our quest again?
I don't remember.
Cut.
That's it.
Critic. Is there something wrong?
Oh, the chart, man. But the chart says...
Look, I'm flattered you call me in to be a consultant on your live-action Black Cauldron movie. Honestly, I think it's one of the few Disney films that should be remade.
Never mind
I
all that.
agree.
Is there a problem with the checklist?
No, though I'm surprised there actually is a checklist for these. It's very...
Okay. Racially diverse, sexually diverse, strong female lead, nothing offensive, message over story, teach, you are one of a kind just like everyone else, visually ugly, act ashamed of original source material, state lesson over and over and over, and etc. Change something that doesn't need changing. Don't change something that needs change. Chinaji. Come on, Critic. All these typos even all these years later. Bland performances. Bad person isn't really bad unless convenient for commentary. Lame effects. Remove any unique identity. So much uncanny valley. Yes. Dear God, this is... I swear, this is a one-to-one of the checklist.
This is it.
spelled out. And what's the problem? Well, I thought you called me in so I could help make the movie much more like what made the book so popular.
No. We brought you in so that the check boxes could only be half checked off.
Yeah, I guess I'm not understanding why. Because our remake of Snow White backfired.
Not only did it lose money, but both sides of the internet hated it.
Now, you know how much I hate Disney, but this time, they really dropped the ball. I'll let slide the first 20 times they made bad remakes, but now it's popular to hate them. I'm gonna criticize every minute detail.
I know who this is parodying. This is parodying The Critical Drinker. I know, and here's the...
Oh, fair enough.
The Critical Drinker, I get it. He can go a bit far with his hyperbole. Don't get me wrong. I've been there. I've seen back when he was a little more evil, like, even, like, with his, like, discussions, and a little more, like, nuanced with his opinions. Now he's just leaned into, like, the heavy stuff on, on the extreme ends. And I think it's definitely made him grow in terms of his audience. I get it. I know why he did it. It is what it is.
I'm not even chewing gum, that's how angry I am.
Now see what the other side is saying.
Now, you know I love everything Disney, but this time they really
God.
dropped the ball. In this short 5-hour video essay, I'm going to analyze one problematic thing that is going to kill you.
Can't imagine how you attracted these people.
That's an amalgamation. I could definitely see that being, you know,
She said on the other side. I probably don't know.
I would say probably like, if the camera were a little, if Doug took off the wig, kept these glasses, and was wearing flannel, I'd definitely say Anthony Fantano.
Why the random fucking Cody Banks?
I have no idea. Not only that, but multiple copies of it.
Yeah, come on, 3 of them.
Yeah,
Wait,
that's 2 copies.
Oh, that's
and
Bruce
then Bruce
Almighty.
Almighty down there, and then Blue Hat. It's like it's like okay.
I'm going to analyze one problematic thing that is going to kill you.
Can't imagine how you attracted these people. So we're trying to meet them halfway.
A little progressive, but not too progressive.
A little old-fashioned, but not too old-fashioned. Well, I'm definitely gonna need an old-fashioned after this.
You're the only one
Facts. God, I wish I still had moonshine.
that tries to look at these
I
films.
drank all my moonshine.
All of it?
Well, okay. I gave a couple shots to JT. He came up to chill with me. But yeah, I drank all my moonshine.
What kind?
It's a blueberry muffin.
Ooh.
Oh, it was good. Only thing is, I wish it was my uncle's apple pie moonshine. It was my uncle's apple pie moonshine. Oh, it puts me out, dog.
I bet it
does. Oh, dude, 120 proof, and it doesn't taste like it.
No, I know.
Dude,
man.
you take a sip out of it, and you're just like,
I ain't a big
This
drinker
ain't that
like that, but I fuck with just a little sip of moonshine because it tastes so good.
Oh, yeah,
It
dude.
tastes so good.
Oh, yeah.
Subjectively.
You know he yells for a living, right? Is that really the most objective voice you could find?
On the internet? Yes.
So don't interrupt us unless there's a checkbox that isn't checked.
Or fully checked.
Or fully checked.
It's strange to think we got to a point where a Disney live-action remake isn't just bad, it's controversial. As I've said a million times, I never enjoyed any of the recent Disney live-action remakes, but I always tried to give them a fair shot.
Oh, God.
Some I even acknowledge almost work, but fall victim to Disney presumably forcing changes that feel more from committee than from a passionate storyteller. But sometimes the films try so hard.
AKA the film that was made on a literal concentration camp.
Wow.
Oh yeah, they filmed at a concentration camp.
Did not know that.
Or not to offend anybody, that they ironically end up offending everybody. At least on the internet. Everything in between people with politically social agendas and people who just want to see a good movie. The ironic thing is there's 2 shows this year that got a lot of praise on the internet from both critics and audiences. And, or you could argue, has a left lean. It's racially diverse, sexually diverse, has women in power, is fighting fascism. But nobody complained because it was a suspenseful drama for adults that had good story and characters.
It's well made. You see,
all
this
that matters.
that's all that matters. Look, everyone, it's just like, but it has symbolism, it has this, it has that. Yeah, but it's well made.
Yeah.
That's the thing that you just don't understand. If you make something that's good and you subtly hide things in there, it's called subtlety. It's like you hide with nuance what you're wanting to portray, and it's just, oh my God, it's so easy. It's so easy to do, but yet you morons don't do it.
They don't.
The King of the Hill reboot, you could argue, has a right lean. They love their Fox News, they drive Hummers, they mock being overly emotional. But again, nobody complained because while it's satire,
Also, they make fun of, like, the stuff that's part of the quote-unquote new normal. Like, what is it they called it? It's the, emotionally monogamous, like, emotional non-monogamy. Basically, there was a character who was, like, beloved in the original series. Now she's basically just out there for the streets.
Okay.
She's in a relationship with a guy, and he's fucking around with a bunch of other girls, but she's also, like...
swinging and shit.
Yeah. It's like, look, if that's how you want to play it, that's how you want to play it, but don't get upset whenever complications arise, because, I hate to say it, but anytime you're slinging it out there, there's always going to be complications.
Man, facts. That STD coming, dog.
Whew, you ain't kidding. Wrap it before you tap it. Gosh, last thing I need.
it's a loving satire that also had good story and characters. And the ironic thing is, they're both technically under the Disney umbrella, so there's people there who know how to do this right. But that clearly wasn't the case with their live-action remake of Snow White. Even before it came out, this film was ready to be hated. This wasn't like Little Mermaid, where people got upset over the dumbest thing to get upset about, but afterwards were basically fine with it. This movie was equally hated before and after it came out. I guess a lot of that you could say is the controversies, but I don't know. A lot of these I don't see as really that big of controversies. Celebrities posting stuff online, saying things in interviews, making dumb choices. Yes, I disagree with a lot of what they're saying, but aren't we kind of used to it at this point? I guess I'll discuss them as I go over the review, but bottom line, they're kind of a moot point because, like many of these remakes, it's just bad with or without the controversies. And for the same reasons these remakes usually don't work. They don't understand what made the original so beloved and, to some extent, are even ashamed of the originals. Well, there's certainly things that don't age well in them. These movies usually focus on the stuff that people could care less about, you know, apart from the loudest voices online. And in trying to pander to that outrage, they usually end up making things worse.
Another thing that I'm going to say this, being loud doesn't make you right.
That's a fact.
Being loud, it's like I keep seeing like all these people yelling and all this. They're yelling their points out there, but here's the thing that people just need to get. Being loud doesn't mean that you're right. It means that, as a matter of fact, it's actually in a lot of ways a sign of very low intelligence.
Yeah, it's like speaking over somebody.
Yeah. Like me, I'm more than happy to let people speak and let, you know, make their peace, because in all honesty, I want to have arguments. I want to have conversations.
Right.
I want to have that. But instead, this is literally what we're stuck with nowadays. It's just the loudest voice is the one that's heard. That's it.
It's got a bunch of little kids.
Yeah.
Trying to say they're adults.
Oh yeah, or literal adolescent adults.
Yeah.
Just the ones that just can't help but just act like children, even though they're 35 years old. They're still in their teenage phase, even though they haven't been a teenager since like the last millennium.
Man.
Jesus.
Since Blue Clues was on.
Damn.
Still, this is one of the few Disney remakes that ended up not just losing money, but losing a lot of money. So maybe the tides are turning. Either way, let's take a look at this CG head cold and see why audiences weren't on board with being pandered to. Not that we're probably not going to get a lot of pandering in the near future.
I saved you, if that's okay. Not that I need your permission, not that I'm talking down to a black
God, that
man.
is
Not
exactly
that
how it is.
Yes, it is.
Oh my God.
It literally is like over-explaining. Dude, just get on with it.
Yeah, fact.
Get on with the story. Get on with, like, look, it's like, oh, you saved him. It's like, okay, let's move on. Like, let's move on. Let's move on to the next story beat. Instead, it's just like, I saved you. Not that you couldn't save yourself, because I think because I'm confident in the fact that you, as a black man, are more than capable of saving yourself, even though I am saving you. It's like, shut up!
Oh,
God.
I even noticed. Just tell me what you want me to be.
Something tells me it's going to be more quiet in my office. Let's take a look at Snow White.
Oh.
It opens with animals shitting on the story. Hey, come on, leave some room for Disney to do that.
wow.
As they tell of a kind king and queen who gave birth to a princess. Now, one of the controversies is that Snow White is played by a non-white actress, and if you know me, you know I really don't care one way or another, as long as it doesn't hurt the story. But I will admit, when the film started, I did say, oh yeah, she's called that because she's supposed to be white as snow. How are they going?
Yeah. And honestly, it's based in Germany, and I'm not saying that there weren't dark-skinned people in Germany, but usually royalty in that area were very pale.
Yeah.
Very, very pale.
It's kind of like the Vikings.
Yeah.
Black Vikings.
Yeah. It's like the black Israelites claiming, like, yeah, the Vikings, clearly you can see in this picture, black. It's like, okay. It's like Beethoven, black. It's like, actually, I remember one, Mozart, they were like, Mozart, clearly. It's like, I'm like, okay, all right. And then there's just, it's like Genghis Khan, clearly black. And it's just like, it's like Christopher Columbus, he white. And I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, these people have no concept of the fact that Genghis Khan killed way more people, raped way more people, and not only that, has a much more longer lasting legacy than Christopher Columbus could ever have. There are literal countries that are still around to this day strictly because of what Genghis Khan did.
That's a fact.
Jeez.
Nobody wants to know the truth, though.
Nobody. Genghis Khan killed 20 million people. And this isn't something that he didn't push a button and detonate bombs that literally killed like 10,000 at a time. No, these were people who were hacked to pieces with swords, knives, and were bludgeoned to death with like rocks and sticks.
They were on horseback.
Oh yeah, getting like sniped from like 100 yards away, then ridden down, and then having their wives and daughters taken away to have God knows what done to them. Hell, Genghis Khan did so much raping that more than 45 million people who are alive today still have his ancestry.
Wow, 45 million.
45 million.
No wonder the world is. No, I'm just saying, Genghis. I ain't gonna put that all on you, Genghis.
No.
But
Well,
you
no.
definitely got some
He had some influence
You
in
definitely
that.
got some influence, though.
Oh yeah. Sheesh.
How to get around that?
A blizzard swept through their land. To honor the night she arrived, her parents named the girl Snow White.
Similar to the prince who had a difficult birth in a delivery room, hence why he was called Almond Beige Hospital. We jump into our first of many forgettable news songs, singing how, tell me if this sounds familiar, a princess should be nice. Yeah, isn't this basically what they've repeated over and over in the Cinderella remake?
Yep.
Have courage and be kind.
These movies keep adding to girls how to be generically good short list. Courage, kindness, fearless, which is basically courage, fair, which is basically kindness, brave, which is basically courage again, and true. There, we got a new one. But Pinocchio already scarred that lesson into our childhood, so number 4 in a locket isn't gonna add that much.
Also, Tom Hanks in his shitty Italian accent. It's me, I'm a Geppetto.
Oh, whoa, Tom.
Yeah, like Tom, what the hell?
And a tender seed, trusting something good will grow.
Alright, so far the songs are basically on par with that Brandy Cinderella TV movie that came out years ago. It's not bad, there's effort put into it, but for a production that's not a TV movie, but rather an over $200 million film.
The fact that the Rodgers and Hammerstein one that had Jason Alexander, Oprah Winfrey, Victor Garber, Brandy Norwood, literally. Also, I found it hilarious in that one that you had Whoopi Goldberg as the queen, Victor Garber, who is white, as the king, and they had a Filipino son.
It was crazy. I was like, but I didn't think nothing of it at the time, you know.
I didn't think it. No, it didn't matter
it.
to me. It did, and you know what? They didn't make anything of it. They weren't trying to force morals down your throat.
But
like,
that's the difference,
like they're
right?
jacking your jaw open with a freaking car jack.
That's a fact. That's the difference.
Yeah. Instead, it's just like it's like, dude, they're there having fun.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like I would watch the.
And plus, Brandy's playing Brandy's playing Cinderella.
Right.
I mean, Brandy was like one of the biggest pop stars in the world at that time.
No
Who
question.
gives a shit?
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah. Like, here's the thing. If you just go with it and you don't make any bones about it, no one will give a shit.
No, there was no message.
There will be
in that
no
movie.
ammunition.
Yeah, it
they
was
will have
Cinderella.
zero ammunition. It's like, don't make it a big thing.
No.
That's how you get these people coming out of the woodwork, literally tearing your film down before it even comes out.
See,
don't make it a
everything's
thing.
politicized.
Yeah,
now.
don't make it a
got to
thing.
speak their political point
Yeah,
on it.
just being like, it's like, do you think that it's a message that you're having Brandy Norwood as Cinderella instead of a white actress, and it's just be like, no, it's because Brandy's popular. That's it.
Yeah, facts.
Anyway, next question. That's it.
That's all you gotta
it.
do.
And you know what? People would actually kind of respect the honesty.
No question.
Behind it. They'd be like, you know what? Balls.
I
give
guarantee
balls for
they
that.
would. Yeah, I guarantee it.
Anyway.
Comes across a little bit more like a stage show at Disneyland. Numbers in films like Frozen or Encanto can be corny too, but there's an innovation there, a distinct style, there's a soul to it. This is so comically empty, it feels more like Enchanted. You know, the satire of those movies. For a company that loves to pat itself on the back for updating its films, this
live
comes
action
across
for you, I
as
hate to
very
say it.
dated.
Tragedy struck. Snow White's mother fell ill, and the good queen died.
Killed by a leaf. Medicine was very primitive back then. The king later falls in love with an enchantress who wants to be an evil queen named... I'm just now realizing her official name is Evil Queen.
She married the king, but she was not what she appeared.
She was a bad actress. Alright, I can't pretend I'm 100% on the Hey Gal Gadot train, as she still has most of the best moments in the DCEU, and one of the top 5 greatest superhero moments of any movie. And if
That
she was
was
as
great.
bad as everybody says, none of that would have worked. But yes, I'm not blind. I can't ignore that at times her acting can definitely be very cringy, and to her credit in the first third, she kind of rocks it.
Please. You were saying...
Yeah, look. There was all this commentary about how it's just like, yeah, y'all can keep like faux white. Give me the evil queen.
Faux white.
Yeah.
Yeah, facts. Give me Gal Gadot all day. That was the one thing that I would see on the criticism people liked was Gal Gadot.
Yeah, and from what everyone said, she leaned into like being like the maniacally evil, like Like, her movements were very much just like, you know, very menacing and very like serpentine.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I was like, ooh, I like that.
The outfit is so laughably over the top with a squeaking dress and clinking jewelry louder than Mr. T's.
Yo.
Also, not only that, but her dress is meant to like evoke obsidian, you know, like black volcanic glass. That's what they were going for.
And over the top with a squeaking dress and clinking jewelry louder than Mr. T's.
The Gilded Queen.
It's like a bell you put on a dog to hear him coming. But funny enough, the more still she is, just flinging a fingernail or raising an eyebrow, the more fun she is.
Pies are luxuries. They don't need luxuries. It confuses them.
I'm sorry, I think she's a blast in this first part, even if the writing continues to try and add logic where it's not needed.
She kept a magic mirror, which could answer but one question.
Who is the fairest of them all?
Was anybody watching the first one thinking, boy, that was beautiful, but that plot hole with the mirror? Why didn't she ask him more questions? I'm sorry, I expect more reality of a film where people can blow water out their ears.
She warned of a terrible threat from beyond the Southern Kingdom.
The Queen predicts with her enchanted predicting powers she has now that the threat is going to spread across the kingdom. So the king goes to defend it. I think that's why you have soldiers go instead of the ruler of the land, but whatever, we're not forcing logic down people's throats. Oh wait, we are, you should explain this. The king never seems to return though, leaving the queen in charge to greedily rule. She turns Snow White into a servant where she grows up to be played by Rachel Zegler.
There's an intruder in the castle. Seal the door.
Take some for yourself.
Curses, they found I used my chin to break in. That's Andrew Burnett playing the young thief Jonathan, who tries to steal food to feed the people the queen is robbed from, but he gets captured.
Find his home and burn it to the ground.
Of course. I don't actually have a home.
Then take him to the dungeon.
Then burn it to the ground.
Punishment must not exceed the crime.
This thief stole from me.
Sorry, I'm half Israeli and half squeaky toy.
This thief stole from me.
Her pronunciation can be a bit hammy. Her pronunciation can be a bit like...
We're kinda song, and I guess they're not really terrible. They're just very bland with, let's be honest, greeting card lyrics.
Holding out for someday, I'll become my father's daughter.
I guess that's a sentence. Zegler sounded absolutely beautiful as Maria in West Side Story, but even she's struggling with this song that's just all over the place.
Your voice will carry through. Close my eyes and see, just like an echo, echo, echo. Someone who could finally start speaking with a fearless heart.
It's like if someone doesn't quite hit the right notes in that Fifth Element song. You can't really be that angry because it feels designed to be purposefully impossible. Snow White has to use all her brain power to figure out how to break Jonathan free.
Run.
Thank you.
One so hard?
As the mirror suddenly decides, hey, your stepdaughter's looking a little dishy.
For I see, she is more fair than thee.
Also, the fact that I made a website counting down to when she turns 18, totally not creepy.
Whoa. Whoa.
Just want to say this out there. For anyone who does that, if I meet you in real life, I'm going to teach you a very valuable lesson using a bat that has my name on it. So that way, they'll know it was me.
With the bloody N on it.
Oh, yeah. And I'll let you pick which end goes in.
Oh,
which end? Which end? You pick. You pick. North or south? All right. But anyway, just wanted to put that out there. You creeps and depraved lunatics that do that shit, y'all are disgusting.
Dude, they're on.
Oh. Y'all straight sick nasty. I hate it.
Ugh.
I hate people that do that.
How could
As the story goes, the queen orders the huntsman to bring her Snow White's heart.
Kill her.
But she's just a girl.
Look, my mirror finds her hot. There's no other option. She has to die.
Cut out her heart. Put it in this box.
You have a heart box? How many times have you done this? The huntsman takes her to pick her favorite treat, apples. Yeah, that would be this boring character's favorite. But the huntsman finds he just can't kill her.
You can't leave the kingdom.
She is evil. She's a liar. You were never told the truth about your father.
She told me enough. She told me you killed him. Wait, which struggling Disney franchise are we in again? She goes into the Enchanted Forest, which is literally alive this time and not in her imagination. I mean, all right, this is some of the cooler imagery in the movie, but it only lasts 30 seconds, and really all we get is this tree. The Snow White ride is more intimidating. I think this whole movie is to drive tourism to Disney parks like, yeah, this sucks. You really should put down more money and go to Fantasyland instead. The CG deer from Walking Dead leads her to a cottage where the seven not dwarves reside.
I hope it's off to work we go.
That's all I'm analyzing is like, where did this $250 million go?
Reshoots. Half of it went to reshoots and CG just for this. Dude. Also, to quote Brad Williams, fuck you, Peter Dinklage. Fuck you, Peter Dinklage. Saying, it's just like, dwarves, are we still doing this? Are we still doing... Yeah. You want to know why? Peter, do you realize how many little people you stole jobs from because of your meddling and basically just like getting a lynch mob out to try and take down Disney over the fact that they were wanting to use dwarves in Snow White? Yeah. Literally. Like, and Brad Williams talked about this. He's like, I have people who were excited when they announced that they were doing Snow White because, like, all right, that means that we're gonna have jobs, man. Instead, Peter Dinklage gets on his high horse and is just like, it's like, are we really still doing that? Fuck off, dude.
Dude, fuck off, dude.
Yeah,
and that's the ironic, not even ironic, but it's just so deceptive, dude. We want diversity, but we won't even cast dwarves.
Oh, exactly. It's like, it's like. To quote Ralphie May, fuck you, little bastard. You little ankle-biting little shits.
Yo, Ralph May's hilarious.
Yeah, Ralphie. Rest in peace, my dude.
R.I.P.
So this is the only thing I consider a legit controversy in this film, and let me tell you, its history is messy. You see, one of the earliest images Disney released was of 7 characters of different heights and races. So, given how these remakes usually go, people assumed they were the 7 dwarves, and it got a lot of backlash. But it turns out they were just bandits who show up later in the film. So either this was the original idea and it got so much backlash they changed it, or somebody very foolishly posted this thinking, yeah, nobody will think this is our version of the dwarves. Why would they think that? We have the worst of early DreamWorks Uncanny Valley nightmares for that.
This sorry sack of chumps. Why don't you shut it, Grumps?
And the reason these Krampus garden gnomes are in the movie is because Disney figured having real dwarves in the film would be insulting. And it's probably no coincidence that Peter Dinklage did an interview saying he wasn't a fan of dwarves being in the story, and that exact same day, Disney said they were going to change course and make them magical creatures.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, dude, that's bullshit.
Hence why the film is just called Snow White, and the word dwarf is never mentioned in the film. They don't even name what these things are. Christ, you're Disney, you own Star Wars, even this damn thing has a name. Now, Dinklage has gotten a lot of backlash from this, particularly from little people, saying it cost a lot of jobs and exposure for other little people who could have been stars. I mean, there's just not a lot of demand for a ton of little people to be in one place all together in a movie. And while I do personally disagree with Dinklage's thoughts, the dude is just giving his honest opinion.
Yeah, well, here's the thing about giving your opinion. You can give it, but you gotta be willing to take the backlash, and not only that, but just because he's giving his honest opinion doesn't mean that he's right.
Well, it's hypocritical to me. It's like, dog, you're sitting at the top with, well, quote-unquote top, with Disney and all those motherfuckers.
Well, okay, Peter Dinklage's net worth. How much is he worth? Hold on. Let's do it. Peter Dinklage net worth. There it is. Peter Dinklage's net worth. Come on, $25 million.
Come on, man.
Wow, $25 million.
Seems like you're doing pretty good for
yourself. Yeah, Pete, you're doing great. Why are you depriving other little people from getting their... That's what I'm like, dude. It makes no sense.
He sees them as a threat, bro.
He's allowed to do that, and I don't want him to lie. Now, I'm not a little person. I don't know much about this world. It's Disney who made the choice based on one person's opinion. As they posted the same day as the interview, they're consulting with the dwarfism community, and the following day, they changed him to magical
See, that's probably bullshit, too. They didn't talk to anybody.
I guarantee... No. You know who they talked to? They talked to these loudmouth dwarf support groups that are like a bunch of people who are just like pretending that they have like know what little people want. And instead of talking to, oh gee, I don't know, Brad Williams, you know, the people who are like at the top of like the heap when it comes to like being out there as like little people in Hollywood and in the scene, you know, like the little people actors, like, dude, I understand hearing Peter Dinklage and he's like the biggest name, but he's not it. He's not the only one.
He's not the only one.
No, and he does not. And
for him to even speak on it in a negative light just twists me the wrong way.
Like, it irritates me, man.
Yeah, bro. It's so hypocritical to me.
Yeah.
It was pretty quick right after that interview. I don't think that's just a coincidence, or they would have said right away we already decided they're magical creatures. And what are the magical powers these nameless entities have? Well, they can make diamonds glow. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
It doesn't serve the story in the slightest. You could cut it out and miss nothing. But
you don't hear Lord of the Rings not saying dwarves anymore.
Man.
You don't hear them shying away from it. Nah. Like, dude,
it's something to be ashamed of.
And even if they are magical creatures, dude, like the dwarves in like Lord of the Rings don't have any magical powers or anything like that.
Right.
They're just like good. They're just good at digging.
Right.
They're good at digging. They clear out mountains.
Come on, man.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. They don't have to have magic or anything like that.
That's what I'm saying. You're trying to make everybody perfect. Like, dude, nobody's perfect, bro.
at least we get to look at Rankin Bass hobbits if the Ninja Turtle mutation fell on them. Also, if you're concerned about representation, the black actor isn't playing a black character, and the dwarf isn't playing a dwarf!
Yeah, Martin Kleba, yeah.
Wow.
Knee-high PI, dude. I love that guy.
How does that make things better for anybody? They arrive home and, of course, find Snow White in their beds. They all run away as Dopey is left in there, and I will say this is one of the few things in the movie I like. Snow White and him have a very sweet connection, and whoever animated him should really get a raise because he is the only one I legit feel any emotion for. The scenes between the two of them actually work pretty well.
I only wanted to meet you.
Okay, he still looks like Tom Holland mid-Alice in Wonderland mushroom, but I'll take anything positive at this point.
I am only bound by what is true. The fairest lives. She is not you.
The Queen finds out Snow White is still alive, and okay, you remember when I said I actually like Godot for the first third of this movie? Well, there's another 2/3 of this movie to follow, and I can pinpoint the exact moment she said, I'm just switching my performance to bad.
Now perhaps you have heard that the truest of beauty
This is it.
is fair when you wear the crown.
Sure, she was silly before, but she had some style, she had some poise. Now she's a broken drag queen animatronic. I swear, she moves like...
Yeah, oh, hell no.
In terms of drag queen, like, never mind. I'm not even gonna try because I know I'm just gonna incite controversy. Because why not?
Mr. Burns in that softball episode of Simpsons.
It's gonna happen anyway.
It's the gold and the glitter and the gems and the joy.
Christ, remember how intimidating, even downright scary the Queen could be in the original? At this point, Kathy the Jimmy from Descendants has more street cred.
Captain, search the forest.
Oh, guess the song's over. Oh, we're back. Okay, about as consistent as every other Total Whiplash. Well, for people made out of spare rock of fire explosion parts, that was very impressive. I like to watch.
Whoa.
I bet you do, Doug.
Sports. Hence why this episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, the right decision can earn you money. I like watching sports on my binoculars because I'm very far away. Not because I don't want them to see me.
Oh, okay.
Sports. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Outside their home watching them. Just kidding, just kidding. I never do that to sports. I love sports. I just like watching sports. I've had great winnings with Prize Picks. Even though Caleb Williams is one of my favorite players, I'm putting a prediction on Aaron Rodgers, saying he'll be under 23.5 touchdowns. I also think the Bears will beat the Vikings on week 1. It's so fun and simple, I just choose more or less, that's it. And it makes the experience of watching sports so much fun. It's so much fun to win and even see the cool things you can win on.
Arencano.
Like I won the hot dog eating contest last year with overs on both contestants. Like I said, Prize Picks is so simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. Prize Picks is also the best way to get action on sports in more than 40 states, including California, Texas, and Georgia. And some states where sports can't put a restraining order on me, I think. I don't know, there's not that many laws on it yet. But might as well make some money while they're thinking about those laws.
Yeah.
Just download the app today and use the code Nostalgia to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code Nostalgia to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup.
Free $50?
Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Yep.
Don't even get me started on birds. I love watching birds. Why won't you call me? This was fun.
This is the oddest ad I've ever seen.
Doug has some odd ones, but I'll tell you, at least he makes them entertaining and memorable.
I was about to say, now he knows what he's doing because I was actually intrigued.
Yeah.
Come watch me play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth every Friday on Twitch. We also got other content during the week, so come check us out.
Oh, yeah.
The orc babies are still getting used to Snow White living with them, and hey, you know what's not funny? Laughing at characters who are clearly created to be funny.
You know Dopey doesn't talk. Because he's a dope. Just because his name is Dopey doesn't mean he's actually a dope.
I mean, Sneezy sneezes all the time, and Sleepy sleeps all the time, so I don't know how you came to that conclusion. What is the history of how they got their names anyway? Again, the original story wasn't designed for me to ask this, but since this movie wants to inject so much logical finger-wagging at me, were they born with these names, or did they assign them later? I mean, his ears are big, so maybe you can call him Earix if that's the name clearly everybody's using to describe these characters.
Seems to me that everyone here could do a much better job at listening to one another.
Snow White says no one should make fun of Dopey, but people with mood disorders, allergies, or narcolepsy, that's fine. And she encourages them to be nicer to one another and literally clean up their act.
Whistle while you work. You'll get it.
I guess another controversy is that Rachel Zegler said she wasn't a fan of the original movie because it wasn't progressive enough and has been more than outspoken on social media, to say the least. Again, I disagree a lot with what she said, but it just feels par of the course for Hollywood at this point. Like, everything's political whether you want it to be or not. I'm not a fan of that, but it doesn't surprise me. If anything, acting really shocked and annoyed kind of feeds into what they're looking for. They want the publicity, they want the outrage, they want people to pick a side so that you'll see it whether you want to hate watch it or watch it for real. So removing all that and just going by her performance, she is pretty bland.
And do you feel like they're not listening to sense?
Correct.
I take your point, Mr. Grumpy.
I do cut actors in these remakes a little slack because they have so little to work with outside of be a perfect role model. Even some of our best actors have been stripped of any charm working on these, and while she isn't the worst offender, she leaves little to no impression.
Whistle while you work.
Hey, you know who's not working? The freeloader we're letting stay here to protect her life. You want to help out supposed not-spoiled royalty?
Whistle while you work.
I know, yeah. Don't the new songs totally gel with the old songs? Like there's not a 90-year gap between them? I wasn't a fan of Mary Poppins Returns, but I did acknowledge the songs did sound like something that would be out of the first one. The tone, the melodies, everything sounded very similar.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was, it was something.
Dude, the first Mary Poppins is amazing.
I know. And Emily Blunt, they got Emily Blunt to come back. Funny enough, Dick Van Dyke was in it again.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
And with Dick Van Dyke.
Oh, yeah, I'm amazed that he's still alive. I think he's almost 100 years old.
Yeah, he's up there. I mean, it might not be much longer, but
hey, you never know.
I ain't gonna call
the original
nobody.
Snow White songs are like,
no, me neither.
I'm gonna let it happen.
I don't want to, man.
Nah,
dude, because I remember the Paul Walker death hoax that happened literally the day before he died, and then he died the next day.
See, that's crazy.
And I was just like, man, are they playing this shit again? And then, and everyone was like, oh no, it's real this time. And I'm like, What?
Well, now when I see if somebody's died, I make sure, like,
I do too.
You know what I'm saying? I don't jump to no guns.
I like.
They just had the rapper, female rapper, MC Light.
Yeah.
They just tried to say she was dead in a hoax, but she didn't die. She's still out there. But I saw it. I was like, man, what?
There's been several death hoaxes. I've just been like, why? Why?
Dude, why? Yeah, I mean, really, why?
Why does this keep happening?
Yeah, why?
Catchy jingles. They're simple, but they're beautifully memorable. The new ones are so up and down and all over the place, it sounds like Wicked backwards.
Whistle while you work.
So I'm sticking to my plan. I'm grabbing all I can instead of living in a fantasy.
Hi-ho, hi-ho, it's home from work we go. To make your wish come true, please let it go.
They just don't match.
No.
Speaking of things that don't match, what do we segue to after the cute tidy up song?
The Queen lied about my father. She lied about everything. What if he's still alive?
Oh. Maybe we should have been focusing on that instead of the strange cleaning detour. See, these styles don't go.
No, they don't.
She decides to leave to find her father, of course, bumping into Jonathan and his early 2000s hoodie. God, this is so timeless.
Sounds an awful lot like Princess Problems.
They sing in our new song, which again is corny, but I do remember being a little catchy. I'll give it credit for that. When we're introduced to the kind of dwarves, no, the other kind of dwarves, it's weird I have to make that distinction. A group of bandits working with Jonathan. Yeah, you know what I was thinking when I saw the original Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs? I wish there were 7 more characters I pointlessly had to remember. Don't worry, none of them are memorable, so they won't take up brain space. The guards find them and they have a little chase scene, but oh no, Jonathan gets shot. They take him to Doc to see if he can save his life, but sadly, he doesn't seem able to.
I used the blast furnace to cut through the bedrock. I thought he was dead.
Yay, randomness, let's celebrate! They sing the silly song from the original and...
I used to think that the way through the woods...
Oh my god, did they just interrupt a musical number with another musical number? I'll be honest, when I first saw this movie, I thought I remembered maybe 3, 4 new songs at the most, but it turns out there's 11. 11 new songs in this. That's not including the ones from the original. Whoa. I think the reason I forgot this is because every one of them slows things down and offers nothing new we haven't heard in a million other things before. So it doesn't add any new life, it just drains it out of you. It's like Max Shrek's power plant from Batman Returns.
Instead of generating power, it'll sort of be sucking power.
Yeah, that.
I'll be back in 2 days. We'll go to the Southern Kingdom and we'll find your father.
Oh, right. Maybe we should stop putting that off. Where is this subplot going anyway? Jonathan gets captured again.
Nowhere.
Yeah, he's pretty good at that. And the Queen figures out where Snow White is. Had to give credit. That's the one cool shot in this movie. But she takes the awesome transformation scene in the original and replaces it with, what else? Another forgettable song.
A hunching hag with a wrinkled skin, a mane of white.
Oh Christ, she's transforming into one of those chewed up Warwick Davis leprechauns. You're right, that is far more scary than the original. Snow White attempts again to go out and find her father, and if you're like me, you're thinking, wait, we're near the apple scene. There can't be that much more. Are they really gonna wrap up this whole father subplot in that amount of time? But before she even gets searching, the Queen approaches and says Jonathan has been captured.
I will help you. Take this apple to sustain you on the road.
Okay, in the original, she wasn't the brightest either, and you could argue she was naive and didn't know much about how the world works. This is the self-proclaimed smart, brave feminist. How did she not see this was a trap?
I didn't know your father.
It was almost too easy for me to have him killed.
She, of course, bites the apple as the radioactive Hummel figurines arrive too late. Doc declares her dead because we all know what a great track record he's got, and they give her a funeral.
You, my queen, are fairest of all.
Actually, someone 2 kingdoms down just got a little hotter. I was on the fence at first, but she's pretty smoking. Honestly, I don't know why you put so much stock in my opinion.
Jonathan decides to use all his brain power to figure out how to get free. Well, he still has to figure out how to get out of the dungeon. I know I used this joke a few weeks ago, but...
Holy shit, our security is atrocious.
Yeah, I see why he keeps getting captured. It's like playing tag. You're gonna be out of it in like a minute.
Is that his point in the movie? Is
it just Snow White?
Keep getting captured?
Yes.
Dude.
Yeah. It's like interacts with Snow White, runs off, gets captured. Interacts with Snow White, runs off, gets captured. It's literally rinse and repeat.
And adds nothing when he comes back.
Yes, nothing.
Wow.
It is funny for all the fuss people made about the kiss being non-consensual. Like, yeah, he should have just left her there to die. That would have been the ethical thing to do. I did laugh that they kept this scene in exactly as is. I honestly thought that weird scene where Doc accidentally brings someone back to life or didn't recognize he was dead, whatever, somehow that was gonna play a part in this, but no, you could cut that out and not miss a thing. Now, like I said, I think the original is fine. I know what it's trying to do, but for all the complaints about how problematic the original is, and this version will be more feminist and her taking charge, it still has a man saving a woman by kissing her awake. Don't worry, though, the emotional heart-tugging from the original is completely absent, so it means nothing.
What's wrong?
My father.
I kiss you back to life and you think of your father? That is wrong.
Murdered by the Queen. Mother, father won't return.
You're welcome, by the way. Figure you'd give me a little thanks after this father subplot goes nowhere. Yeah, I know you've heard me say it a million times, but what was the point of all that? Looking for her father brings nothing to anything. Maybe in some forum where people look at these movies every wrong way possible, they saw this as making the character stronger? But again, it just confuses people because it's motivated by forcing lessons rather than developing character. Nothing literal or emotional makes sense in this world.
Time to restore our kingdom. She'll do everything she can to stop us.
Speaking of which, if you have a disability you've lived with all your life and people make fun of you for it,
let her try.
Just believe harder and you'll beat it. Aw, you're blind and can't see? Well, you just need to believe harder. That'll make your eyesight come back. Still can't see? Well, you just didn't believe hard enough. It's all on you. And look, I doubt this was the mindset while writing this. I mean, you look at the original stories with magic and fairy tales and everything, and Jiminy Cricket even at one point says wish upon a star is symbolic. It's not meant to be taken literally.
It symbolizes faith, hope, so this is my personal wish for you.
Most people get that because of the world.
Tell me about it. My God.
World they create. That's just how it works. But when you create an environment forcing unneeded logic in a story where it never belonged, it trains you to either take everything literally or interpret things the wrong way. Case in point, Snow White goes back to the Queen to take her kingdom back.
If you want the throne, take it.
Now, from a logical standpoint, she would either take that knife and stop several others from being murdered, or she would go into the situation with a well-thought-out plan. She does neither.
Enough of this charade. Guards, let the people watch her die.
We've been watching that for an hour and a half.
No.
Paul.
Why did you say that name? Why did you say that name?
You were a farmer in the Western Vale.
Wait, what?
My name is George, and I've always been a soldier.
Matthew, Arthur, William, there was a time where we lived with hope.
I remember.
Thank God I remember those 4 specific guards, because I don't remember anyone else on my staff. Dude. The bandits stopped the Queen from killing her, the Lupus Lollipop Guild literally do nothing to help, and it looks like the mirror pulled a fast one on old Queenie.
Famed is thy beauty. For Snow White, beauty comes deep within.
And by total coincidence, she also happens to be hotter than you. Oh, forgot to read the back label. Can only answer one question. If you break the mirror, you become a mirror. God, they just worked in so much logic in this. The kingdom all bleached their clothes. There you happy extremist, she did whiten things up. And they all live mediocrely ever after. Critic! Give me a minute, duty calls. There. What's going on?
Someone leaked behind-the-scene photos, so now the internet's pissed off again.
Yo, does Disney even listen to the people who hate watch them? Do they have any consideration for us? Once again, Disney comes so close, but because of one little detail, I have to hate everything about it.
What are we gonna do? The movie's over before it even started.
Wait, that room looks familiar. I think I know where he is. This is all clearly part of their agenda to replace us with... Hey! Oh, shit.
The extremist is streaming in your studio?
No, I'm the extremist extreme, and it's very racist of you to think we all look alike.
So basically, they're fueling each other. I think that's what he's pointing out here.
Yeah.
They're fueling each other and they're basically like living off of the divide.
Fair enough.
Oh my God, they were the same person the whole time? No, I'm the extremist. No, I mean the extremist extreme. I mean the
Okay, who are you really?
All right. Uncle Lies!
But why?
Well, I figured while we're still divided, I could make some easy money off of it. So I created these two. I just say
The fact that his hairpiece is 5 cents.
No, crazy.
It's a literal 5 cents.
something crazy, and then I have the others say the opposite, and sometimes it goes so opposite they end up saying the same thing. This is who you were pandering to?
And still want to pander to.
Tell me your secrets.
How much money did you make?
All right, stop it! This is how we keep getting shit! People keep getting the wrong idea about what's timeless about these Disney classics and what's dated. So many people keep trying to fix them and apply shame when they don't understand what they're about. Snow White is emotional storytelling, not logical storytelling. It works on the same level as Wizard of Oz. Nobody seriously questions why Glenda didn't tell her about the shoes or if the lady's gonna come back to have Toto put down again. Yeah, I never thought further ahead about that, did you? Well, you're not supposed to, because it's about what your emotions want to see. Snow White works the same way. Who is this guy carrying her off? What's his name? Why are they in love? Why do they just know they have to immediately leave after she wakes up? All of this is what your emotions want to watch. It's like being in a dream where logic takes a back seat so you can process all these different and strong feelings. Nobody listens to classical or instrumental music and wishes it had more logic. Yes, some actually do have a little bit of a story if you look it up, but for the most part, you just go along for the emotional journey it takes you on. That's the idea. Kids are a lot better at accepting that as they don't have as many responsibilities as adults do, and maybe we as adults need to tap into that more. Or at the very least, we need to stop robbing it from kids by trying to replace them with these supposed logical remakes. Some dated material isn't great for kids, and I agree that should be addressed. But in trying to fix problems where there are no problems because you just don't follow what it's doing, you're limiting the mindset of our youth and making your current versions ironically make less sense. This movie doesn't work for most of the same reasons the other remakes don't work. And if you want to do them correctly, maybe you should start praising what the originals did right instead of shaming them for what they aren't doing wrong. Maybe we have been pandering too much.
Come on, why don't we make something original? And this time we can start respecting people's intelligence.
Hey everybody, the Lilo and Stitch remake just made $1 billion.
Oh my God.
With a B?
Wasn't that supposed to be some cheap Disney Plus movie?
Amazing.
What about the original idea you made, Elio?
Oh, that bombed hard.
You know what this means? We don't have to try.
More remakes.
With a lot more coasting.
And a lot more pandering. Come on, everybody! All aboard the money train! Let's blow, we've no conscience to show. Well, maybe we as an audience should try making a difference too. Let's blow. But then again, a live-action Lilo and Stitch review would probably get some hits. Here's to exploiting this a little bit longer. Let's blow, we've no conscience to show.
This guy's a soldier, man. He watched all of Snow White.
Yeah.
This
I feel like I watched half
thief
of it
stole from me.
Damn. Well.
How'd they get me like that?
I don't know. Oof. Well.
My head hurts.
Mine too. Ugh.
Dude, that was crazy.
That was rough.
There's a lot of internal battle I was going through.
Tell me about it. I could literally feel like parts of that, what I was watching. My brain was literally like trying to dig its way out the back of my skull.
Slowly decaying.
Yeah, slowly just like turn. Just this is what I imagine. Hold on. See.
Squidward wiped all of SpongeBob's.
Let's see. Literally like erasing the brain.
Straight up.
Yeah, that's what I wish I could do.
Trying to make any sense of any of it is just like.
Yeah, this is it. Just.
Boop.
Oh gosh. There's also one where he literally like takes his brain at the top of his head and just like erases all the grooves, puts it back in, and he was just like
Yo.
Turns into a troglodyte.
SpongeBob.
Yeah. Well,
Man,
anyway.
What did y'all think of that? I gotta ask.
Yeah, that was something. That was definitely something.
I will never ever watch Snow White.
Me neither.
Ever.
Here's the thing. I would rather give my money to the Nostalgia Critic to talk about it.
Oh, facts.
Than to actually give it to the people who made the movie.
Oh, no question.
Because I respect Doug Walker.
Right.
And I don't respect Disney. Not anymore.
No. And that's what I was thinking about too. I was like, would I watch the old school films again? Probably. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
But that being said, like, it's gonna be watched with a whole completely different mindset now. Like,
yeah. Well, anyway, are you ready to hop on off here and move on to the next thing?
Let's get it, man.
All right. Everybody, thank y'all very much for tuning in.
Thank you.
And until next time, I'm Nate.
It'll draw it up, man.
Y'all be good people. Take care.
Peace.